Okay, we're here in our shop today, and I'm going to try to answer the one of the most calls I get from customers. Talking about particle board cabinets versus plywood cabinets or solid wood cabinets. Um, you know, Seriously, people call me all the time. They're like, you know what? I want to get solid wood cabinets. I want to get solid wood cabinets. I don't want the particle board stuff because the particle board falls apart. Well, first of all, let's go over what a cabinet actually is. So, me as a cabinet maker for over 25 years experience and running my own shop for the last 23 years, when I hear the word cabinets, I imagine the whole thing. Okay. And when somebody says I want to get solid wood cabinets, I'm thinking to myself, people haven't made solid wood cabinets since the 1800s. No one does that because solid wood cabinets is basically impractical. It's useless to make solid wood cabinets because, first of all, wood, when we get it from the sawmill, doesn't come in wide planks. So that the widest we ever get solid wood is maybe 10 to 12 inches. And so for you to make solid wood, everything, there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's, a lot of milling that goes into it, a lot of labor that goes into it. And let me just tell you this much, guys, no one's going to pay that kind of money. So let's go over what a cabinet is for you to understand what solid wood is, okay? So here we have a cabinet. This is a cabinet. Cabinet has parts. Okay, it has the sides of the cabinets. It has the right side. It has the back of the cabinet. As you can see, there's the back. It also has a drawer box of the cabinet. Has a door. Has a shelf. Also has the bottom of the cabinets. And also has the face frame. If you're making traditional American cabinets, you also have a face frame on the cabinet. So essentially this is it, right? So when someone tells me I want solid wood cabinets, I'm thinking they want the whole entire thing. They want the sides, the back, the bottom, but we also want it real cheap. Okay, well, you can't have both. For me to make a cabinet like this out of completely solid wood, a small kitchen of maybe 10, 15 cabinets, it costs you roughly $60,000 to $70,000 just the cabinets by itself. And that is because we have to buy the solid wood, put it together, mill it, glue it, sand it down, finish it. You don't want to pay for it. Okay, so let's just get rid of that right off the top. We're not buying solid wood cabinets. The only thing you're going to get that's solid wood is going to be the drawer box, the drawer front, and also the door, and also the face frame of the cabinet. That's it. These are the only things that you're getting that are going to be solid wood. And in this particular cabinet's case, this is solid wood. This is oak. So the rail, the style, the panel itself as well, the applied molding, all this is solid wood. It's not one piece. This is a a 5-piece cabinet. I'm sorry, and it's all solid wood. But in the case of like a insert panel door, like this one, for example, this is insert panel, shaker style door. The only thing the solid wood is going to be the rail and the style. This panel is usually made out of 1/4 inch. The face frame, of course, is also solid wood, but this is the best you can get. In a cabinet like this one, for example, or better yet, this one. So this is a raised panel applied molding cabinet. This cabinet has solid wood here as well. This panel is also solid wood. This panel is solid wood. Solid wood, solid wood, solid wood. So this front right here, this entire thing is all made of solid wood. So this right here is the most expensive type of a cabinet door that you can get because this is actually a 6-piece cabinet. It has the rail, style, panel, and then you also have applied molding. This is additional molding put on the cabinet door. to give it the look it does. So this is the most expensive style of a door in the cabinet that you can get. So this can come in, you know, very different shapes and sizes. Of course, you can have rope, dental, or different types of applied molding as this one does. In this case, this is the only thing you get in a solid wood, as well as the of course the face frame. If you're making European style cabinets, which is, you know, this one, this is a frameless cabinet. As you can see, it doesn't have a frame. This right here is a frameless cabinet style, and that's a different video. But going back to our subject, plywood versus a particle board. So the doors, like I said, in the face frame is going to be solid wood. So the other things we're talking about is going to be the cabinet parts. Okay, this, as you can see, is plywood, and this is a 6-ply, meaning that it is plywood, but it's 6. It's only a 1/2 inch thick, but it's still a solid cabinet because the construction of it, look, is dadoed in. So it goes inside the cabinet, dadoed in as well over here. The back is also dadoed in. So the construction of the cabinet matters a lot. And also, if you can see from the back, the bottom is also dadoed in. And we use screws and glue to assemble the cabinet together. So the integrity of the cabinet is very well put together. So this is the best case scenario here. So when you're talking about plywood and particle board, you're basically talking about the sides. Maybe you could be talking about the doors too, because this actually is a particle board door, laminated. Between the particle board and plywood, most of the time they're the same. If we're talking about water resistance, then they're the same. In a small water leak in the kitchen or bathroom, or humidity, your particle board is going to stand up just as well as your plywood, and as a matter of fact, it might even stand up to better conditions than plywood will, because plywood is untreated wood, where particle board is treated. Particle board meaning that it's put together from various different particles of wood, glued together and compressed. But there's a difference between particle board and particle board. So let me cover that real quick. Particle board from Home Depot, for example, when you're buying a 1/2 inch particle board cabinet from Home Depot, that's garbage. You can throw that in the trash. It's just basically garbage. 1/2 inch particle board is terrible. But when you're talking about 3/4 inch particle board, we use 90-pound press particle board, which is the most durable particle board that you can get. When I did my kitchen about 5 years ago, I put particle board cabinets in my kitchen, just to let you know how good they are. And whenever we do any type of commercial cabinets, like for doctors' offices, schools, hospitals, they're all particle board, and we always use 3/4 inch particle board. So let me show you that. This is what you're going to get basically when you get particle board, which is 3/4 inch particle board right here with white melamine laminate on top of it. So a sheet of this will cost you $65. This is also 3/4 inch 9-ply plywood, as you can see. This is 3/4 inch plywood. This is about $100 a sheet. So if you're going to make your cabinets with this material right here, be prepared to pay more. And using this versus this really does not give you don't get any type of advantage using those cabinets, those parts, because they will hold up to anything other than a flood. When you have a flood in your kitchen, you had a leak in the plumbing behind the sink or whatnot, then neither one of these are going to hold up. So if you think your plywood's going to hold up better than your particle board is, you got another thing coming. So as a personal experience, I'm telling you that in flood situations, none of these are going to hold up. So your better bet is to go with the 3/4 inch particle board cabinet to save you money. And remember what I said earlier, if you're talking about a 1/2 inch particle board cabinet from Home Depot or IKEA, those they're not going to hold up to anything. Not time, not water, nothing. Because they use the cheapest possible half-inch, 60-pound compression particle board that you can find. That's why the particle board at Home Depot costs $30. But the particle board from my supplier that I get to make cabinets costs $65 a sheet. Almost twice as much. And there's a reason for that. And the reason is because its integrity, the way it's glued together, how much pounds of pressure they use to put the particle board together, and so on. And also the way we put the cabinets together versus an IKEA or Home Depot cabinets. It's just completely two different, you're talking about two different things. It's flag football versus the NFL, for example. Okay, Home Depot and IKEA is flag football. We play for the NFL. Just for you to draw the comparison about the differences in particle boards. So when next time you call me, you ask me, you say, hey, George, I want to get cabinets, but I don't want to use that particle board crap. You just basically, you want to throw money away for no reason. You just want to throw money away. And without even knowing what you're buying. Or if you call and tell me, hey, man, I want to get solid wood cabinets. Okay, well, be prepared to pay some money. Because your kitchen, instead of costing you $10,000, is going to end up costing you $70,000 just because you want solid wood cabinets. And I'm not saying we can't do it. We can definitely do it. It's just that, do you really want to pay that much money just for the cabinet parts that you're not going to see ever? You're never going to see it, and they will hold up the same as anything. So I hope that helps, guys. Next time you have a concern about particle board versus plywood versus, other things, solid wood. Yeah. Thanks for watching.